Hi class, so I'm going to try and give you a quick run through of our syllabus, and I'm going to try and keep it pretty quick. I'm going to aim for about 5 minutes. So we're going to move fast. I'd highly recommend going ahead and reading through the syllabus yourself because there's going to be a lot of content there that I can't necessarily cover. Okay, let's start off. This course is ENC 3213. My name is Luke Tomine. My office is DM 464B. If you'd like to come talk to me in person, please do. I'd be happy to meet any and all of you in person. I do have office hours by appointment only, mainly because I know that a lot of you have differing schedules. So I'd like to try and be a little bit more flexible and basically just create times to meet with any of you when you need to. So just send me a quick email or get in touch with me on Slack. I'll talk about Slack a little bit more in a minute, but just get in touch with me, set up a time, and we'll make it work. So this course really is all about introducing you to practices of technical and professional communication. Take a quick look at our course objectives when you get a minute. They're the same course objectives for all of ENC 3213, but this should give you an idea of what we really want you to be able to do by the end of the course. We want you to be able to produce documents, understand those structures. We want you to be able to talk about how you're adapting your communication for particular audiences or situations. We want you to be able to write in an effective professional tone and everything else like that. So take a quick look at those. Quick note on our technologies. We're going to be using Blackboard, but we're also going to be using a technology called Slack. Slack is going to be our primary means of communication this course. We're using it because I found it to be much more useful and successful than Blackboard or just email. I found that it really can help us communicate a lot more and just engage with the course a lot more. So you're going to sign up for that, but I do have a lot of information on that on our Blackboard website. Accessibility and accommodations. So if you do have a diagnosed disability and plan to utilize the academic accommodations, please let the Disability Resource Center know, and we will do whatever we need to in order to accommodate you. There's the course prerequisites, academic misconduct statement. I'm skipping past those. Textbook. Our textbook for this course is Practical Strategies for Technical Communication. I'd highly recommend you get the second edition. You can find it for relatively inexpensive prices to rent or buy online. You can also get e-versions of it, so just find a way that you can get it. You can get the first edition of this book if you need to, but there's going to be some things that are missing from it, and that might make it a little bit more difficult for some of our quizzes. So do get a copy of that as quickly as possible. There are copies available at the bookstore, but they may run out because they have in the past. Please do also read through this expectations of the course. This is what I'm really asking of you. The main thing is I just want you to be present and responsive regularly. So I'd like you to try and log in and make sure that that you haven't received any communications at least about 3 times a week. I'd like you to respond quickly when you do receive communications. And in turn, I'm going to be responsive. I'm going to be present. In the past, I've typically been able to return assignments within 2 to 3 days. I'll email you back almost always within 24 hours. So I'll try to be there and try and be really responsive at all times. Our primary form of communication is Slack. I've already said that. Assessments, you're going to be taking quizzes for every unit. I found that this is just a good way to make sure that you're engaging with the course content from the textbook, since I can't lecture on everything and I can't always make sure outside of that. The quizzes shouldn't be too terribly hard, and you are given a second chance to take it if you feel like you did really poorly on the first try. This first unit, we're just going to do some individual assignments just to get you introduced and acclimated to the class, but then starting with the second unit and going through the 6th unit, you're going to have 5 team-based units. These are really going to try and emphasize collaboration and give you a chance to work with your fellow students and talk to them a little bit more. We're going to have 2 major types of team assignments. During the first week of each of these units, you're going to have a team discussion. Your primary responsibility in these team discussions is just to be there and to talk with your teammates about some different questions that I give you. Is to really engage with the content. At the end of that, the team admin will be submitting meeting minutes based upon that team discussion. The team exercises will be happening in the second week of every team unit. These exercises are primarily collaboratively building a document based upon some sort of situation or case. So there's all those assignments already posted to Blackboard. You can take a look at them when you get a chance. Your main responsibility for these is to make a easily noticeable and valuable contribution to each and every team exercise. You'll need to do this in order to get credit for it. At the end of each of these units, you're going to be doing self and team evaluations, so you'll have a chance to give feedback to your team members and help them improve as collaborators. All of our assignments are going to be submitted through Turnitin. Once during the semester, each person on the team is going to take the role of the team admin. This person is going to be really responsible for organizing the work, initiating the work, and then submitting the work in the end. So they're going to be largely responsible for making sure that that teamwork work happens well. I can't really accept late work this semester. It's largely because we have this team-based structure, but also because some of the structures become really difficult to organize after we start doing late work. But if you really know that you cannot get something turned in on time because you have extraordinary circumstances, let me know with a little bit of warning. Don't just email me at like 11:50 p.m. when something's due in 9 minutes. Give me at least a day ahead of time. Tell me that you're going to need to be late, and I'll try and accommodate you if possible. Here's the grading breakdown and everything else, and then at the end of the syllabus is our course calendar. You'll notice that everything is due on the final day of the week on Sunday for each and every week. You're always going to have, or almost always going to have, 2 things due every single week. Those are always listed under the deliverables on the calendar, and those will be due at the very end of the day. So 11:59 p.m. on Sunday every single week you're going to have stuff due. But you can take a quick look through here. We have our learning outcomes for each unit, our readings for each unit, and then our deliverables for each unit as well. Quick word of warning is that we do have a lot of reading in this first unit because we got to lay down some of the fundamentals, but everything will become a little bit less intensive after that. We typically only have about 2 chapters of reading for each unit after that. So hope that this quick overview gave you an idea of the course, and I hope you're as excited as I am about the coming semester. Please do send me any questions that you have at the outset. Thanks.